Alright guys, welcome back. So today we'll be taking a look at the Jakks Pacific Super Mario, and this is the 4-inch line. I'm pretty excited to check this one out because the line does seem to have quite a lot of cool characters, as seen on the back there. This video is going to be a short one, so let's just quickly take a look at the packaging. Taking a look at the packaging, very simple. Card back, Mario in the front there, Super Mario on top. There is a little bio here to read. Mario is more than a hero. He's also a talented kart racer, an ace tennis player, a skilled soccer star. Damn, that's a tongue twister. A skilled soccer star, a preeminent golf pro, and even a part-time doctor. That is true. Dr. Mario is a thing. Hey, you could see other figures in the line. I have seen the Koopa Trooper and Levy in store, so maybe I'll pick those up at some point and do some reviews on those. So without further ado, let's crack this package open and see what we get inside. Alright, so let's take a closer look at Mario. You can see the eyes, first thing you notice, really cleanly done. Actually, all the paint on the face is actually really done, well done, because there isn't any runoff or any weird looking things. Really nice. The only thing I'll say about it is the face is extremely shiny. So maybe I'll have to hit him a little matte finisher or something, just to kind of tone down that shininess. The M, really well done as well. You can see that mustache looking good. The buttons here could probably have used another coat of yellow, because you could kind of see the blue through it. But it does look good at a distance. I would have hoped that they would have put a cut in the waist, just so you could get some articulation there. And I think it could have more than accommodate that, but they did not go with that, unfortunately. Get around to the back of the head, the hair sculpt there, very simplistic with those 4 bumps. See some little details on the coverall there. Why did they keep putting those numbers on visible parts of the figure? Just put it under the shoe or something. Jeez. The legs, bit of a strange choice. They put ball joints on the hips, which is pretty good, but then they put the ball joint up inside these sort of gaps, so the leg doesn't have much range at all. This is as far forward as he's gonna go. Quite disappointing. And also when you do that, you actually sort of put marks on the leg himself. So I'm gonna probably have to go in there at some point and see if I could carve down some of this plastic, at least to try to give him a little bit more range on this, because this is a little bit too lacking, I think. And the fact that his head can't look up means he can't get a decent running pose, so yeah, something to keep in mind if you're collecting these. The shoes do look really nice, painted cleanly enough. Could have probably been a little bit cleaner on the bottom there, but I think it does get the job done for the most part, and he does look the part. Decent little figure, especially for the price point. Getting right into the articulation on Mario. His head doesn't have much range at all. This is as far as he's gonna go because the chin bumps the chest, and he can't get around those coveralls. Probably if you force it, maybe, but I wouldn't advise it. So this is as far as he's gonna go. No up or down, unfortunately. Nothing at the waist. The shoulders do go all the way around, up to about here, down to about there. The elbows have a 90-degree bend. The gloves have a swivel. Would have been nice to see a ball joint at the end there at least. The hips do have ball joints, but because of the positioning of it inside this cavity here, it you don't get much range at all, unfortunately. So this is as far forward as he's gonna go, as far back as he's gonna go. You do get a slight rotation like this because of the ball joint, but I wouldn't exactly call it like a thigh cut. The knees are single jointed, 90 degrees. The ankles do have a ball joint there, but because of the positioning, once again, you have no forward, no back, and barely any tilt or anything like that. You can force it and swivel it if you so desire. So some choices that they made here on the articulation that I think could have been infinitely better, just by positioning it a little bit differently. But for such a simplistic, inexpensive figure, it's not too bad. Taking a look at Mario's one and only accessory, we have the magic mushroom. And the eyes really cleanly done on this. It does not feel, well, it actually does feel like it's sculpted in, so that's kind of cool. The bottom piece is molded into this flesh tone color, and then the top is red, and then the spots are painted on, and they seem to be quite well done. Mine unfortunately has a big gash right here for some strange reason. Not sure how we got that, but it's a pretty cool accessory. It's just a shame that he doesn't have like a hand capable of like holding it up or something. Maybe they should have given him a changeable hand, like a open palm or something. It would be nice for him to be able to like grab onto the mushroom or something like that. So as mentioned, he is exactly 4 inches to the top of the hat. So there he is next to McFarlane Nightfall Batman. He is next to Jada Toys Ken. Here he is next to Jada Toys Mega Man. Here he is next to an SHF Daima Goku. Here he is next to a Black Series Mando. And here he is next to a Marvel Legends Ant-Man. So all in all, I think the figure is really nice, especially for the price point. You could pick this up in stores for around $9.95. Saw it on Amazon for around $10. I'll put a link to in the description there for Amazon. But some of the shortcomings, I think, a little bit too shiny on the plastic, especially on the face. Definitely would need to spray that with a little matte sealer to tone down some of that shininess. And secondly, and most importantly, the articulation on the hips, very lacking, and on the ankles, I think. The simplistic articulation can work in some cases, but I think they could have done a little bit better in the positioning of those articulation points. You don't need to put the hips so far up into the body, because that just limits the range all the way down. But other than that, I think the figure is really nice, and it does seem like a little fun collection to start. Inexpensive. I really like the stuff that I picked up so far from Jakks Pacific, so this one is no exception. Nonetheless, hope you all enjoyed this review. Hope this helps anybody who is on the fence about getting this figure, and until next time, y'all take care.